Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of Blood of the Faithful by Michael Wallace, performed by Arielle DeLisle.
Chapter 1. The sun had dropped into a pool of red and purple flames in the western desert before Ezekiel Smoot emerged from the sandstone maze and approached the back of the temple. His younger brother Grover had received his endowments earlier in the day, and Ezekiel had unlocked the back door of the temple before departing with his wives and the rest of his extended family. It had already been late afternoon, and he guessed nobody would come around and check the lock. When the handle turned in his hand, he knew he was right. Ezekiel slipped into the cool, dark hallway. His heart was pounding, and he worried that his unauthorized entrance into this holy spot was sacrilege. 5 years had passed since he'd first entered the temple at the age of 22 to receive his own endowments, and the space still felt mystical, forbidden. But he'd been commanded to enter by a dream. He didn't dare defy it. The darkness enveloped him, so thick that it felt like hands squeezing the life from his bones. Chances were his father had flipped the breaker on his way out, but Ezekiel didn't dare try the light switch and find out. It was April of the 3rd year of the collapse, and the spring rains were light. To conserve the reservoir ahead of an uncertain summer, the Christiansons cut electricity to the valley at sundown for all but essential uses. And since the only thing that seemed to count as essential was Jacob Christianson's clinic and surgery, a light flickering through the temple windows would arouse suspicion. So Ezekiel groped his way down the hallway by touch. He had carefully studied the temple corridors that afternoon at Grover's endowment and made a mental map in his head so he wouldn't get turned around and confused. He made his way past the endowment room, the baptistery, the offices, and the hallway that led to the sealing rooms. He found the hall that led to the Holy of Holies, the sacred room beneath the spire of the temple. A warning voice sounded as he hesitated at the head of the hallway. At first it seemed like his own worries, his own doubts. But the longer he stood rooted in place, the more the warning became an actual voice whispering into his ear. "Turn back. Death awaits those who defy the will of the Lord." He had to fight it off. Even here, in this holy place, the devil was not without power over the weak-willed and unfaithful. Years ago, Jacob Christianson's
Sample complete. Ready to continue?